Hi, my name's Susan Brockbank. I have been with Dr. Scott and his staff for about 6 months, and I want to tell you my story about how they've helped me return to well-being in this past year. It was 2004 when I was hit by someone's line drive baseball right between the eyes. That caused me to suffer from, after the initial surgery and things to correct the broken nose and things that had happened to me with that, I still suffered from chronic fatigue, from severe and prolonged headaches. I had dizziness, I had mental confusion, mental fatigue that lasted all these years. And recently I've developed some difficulty in sleeping. So I have become the retired reading teacher for whom reading was uncomfortable and difficult to sustain. So I always felt my vision wasn't right. So the doctor would correct my prescription lens and check, but there was no optic nerve damage. Then any stressful situation I encountered would aggravate my issues. Retiring early became a necessity for me. And there was nothing medically for which I could be treated. Painkillers did nothing to help my headaches, and in fact triggered some neurological issues. I came to Dr. Scott's office to learn about knee pain, interestingly, but it was particularly for my husband, also for myself because I had developed that knee pain in just recent months. Also, the swelling in my hand was a problem, and when Dr. Scott explained his program and that his practice could treat neurological issues, I felt strongly that this treatment would be for me. Since I'd been helped very much in previous years by chiropractic care, by homeopathic remedies, lymphatic massage, by Bowen therapy, as well as craniosacral therapies, I trusted alternative health care approaches in general. And I also knew that oxygen therapy and whole body massage for me would be helpful. These had been my sources of relief through the past 9 years and through some troublesome episodes. Over the years, I had also taken up some listening activity, therapy and musical training, and a regular exercise of walking out in the sunshine to help me deal with my weak head. I found that these things helped to maintain the active, useful life I wanted. But I was still suffering from the chronic mental fatigue. And I puzzled when I heard about the program over the need for the dietary changes that seemed drastic to me. And I resisted at first the need for having that expensive blood work done, but I just did not guess that all the issues of my head could be in fact a result of what I was eating. I had no digestive complaints. I had been size 10 all my life, and my mom had taught me to enjoy the benefits of a healthy basic diet. I also wondered if my budget could sustain all the pricey supplements that went into this program. But I trusted Dr. Scott's presentation, and I felt he was personally considerate as well as professional. I decided to lay down my cash and do everything that he said, having faith that I could come out on the other end of 6 months feeling better. I really wanted to feel better and to stay better, and that is what I've learned, how to stay better, and what great discovery. Well, my blood work disclosed some interesting information. I had no idea that my thyroid was being destroyed. I had no idea that a raging case of autoimmune disease, what they call Hashimotos, could do this. And what a revelation to know that it had been the cause of my relentless, annoying brain fog and the interminable mental fatigue. That injury that I sustained 9 years ago, compounded by the issues of stress and teaching the 5 years subsequent, of course with the fact that I'd been eating wheat, had made metabolic changes in my body. I didn't know my gut had anything to do with suffering or with my brain. I had no digestive issues, or so I thought, but I proceeded with the dietary protocol and found that gradually I began to feel better. In the process, I have learned that a leaky gut, what it can do, that microbes entering the bloodstream can cause a brain barrier bleed, as well as affect neurological functions. Dr. Scott methodically addressed all my issues in a sequential way, and so that now, 6 months later, I'm feeling the integrity of my brain again. And I have been blessed with energy to do the things that I've always tried to do, but only by enduring stress to accomplish them. As my head issues have become more stabilized, I've been sensitive more to the gut signals that follow what and how I eat. And I feel like I am on a course now that will allow me optimum health as I maintain practice of wellness. It's worth eliminating from my diet the many delectable and savory things I used to enjoy, but which I know interfere with my well-being. And I've learned that all humans are better off without gluten and without sugar. Like I said, I had no idea that eating had so much to do with thinking or with pain. And the process of Dr. Scott's treatment has been an education that's changed my life and will, I trust, prevent some really serious health issues to which my autoimmune condition might have made me susceptible. My education will influence, I hope, others, especially those I'm close to. So I thank Dr. Scott and his staff. Other sources of health care helped me along my path to healing and provided periodic relief. But the therapies and procedures here have gotten to the root symptoms of my issues, and that could only have been addressed with a complete program with neurological, physical, and dietary protocols.